Hello, in today's video I will be showing you how to animate and grab, and this will be covering stop motion and other kinds of animations as well, such as teleporting and just how to use it for boss fights and other things. Let's go. Okay, so now I am in the editor. So just to figure out how to actually start animating, you have to actually, find out where figure out where the animating tab is. So let's make a little right here, and his name is Billy Bob. And I'll just copy and paste this, and I don't know, give the hair to this second one. Right, so after that you're going to want to group everything. So usually you don't have to group like this stuff. This has to be grouped, and just like every part that's getting animated separately needs to be grouped. But like if you want to make it look way more realistic and stuff, then just keep that the same. So if you want to animate, the basics is to get a block, go to selection right here, and then you get all these stuff, all this stuff, and then you have to click animate. Now you're in the animating tab. So once you're in here, it says add frame, and the second you reach this tab, you always have to press add frame, otherwise it'll just do a whole bunch of buggy stuff. So I'm going to first cover without triggers. So I have this guy, I can move him like this, then I can make him go back to normal if I messed it up, like that, go to. Or I could use this, or I can move this with the little pointer thing, and then on my controller I press this little duplicate button, as you can see right here. So you do that, press duplicate, or you could do it manually where you move it and press add frame. I don't really recommend it, but you know. And then once you do that, you press make loop, and then boom, now you have this little cube. Now if you want to make it cool down, then you gotta go to start, click on this frame 0, press insert frame, and then here you'll get a new frame 1, but don't panic. Instead you have to press 0 seconds, and then whatever you want the cooldown to be. For example, I'll do 1 second. That will be the new cooldown, so it'll sit there for 1 second, which is pretty cool. But if you want to do this for triggers, then you have to go into animate. You see this thing that says start active? Oh wait, I forgot about this. Press is smooth, and usually, yep, and then it'll just smooth out your animation for you. Pretty self-explanatory. And then for this, you turn all that off if you want to do triggers, except for is smooth. I'm gonna turn that on. So I got a trigger block right here. Just speedrun this. Pretty sure you probably know how to use triggers. You do that, and then you connect this, and then edit. You can make it be toggle, reverse, start. I'll just make a separate tutorial on triggers another time. And this is grapple. Every single time I grapple it, or it just starts, and then I do toggle reverse. Oops. Yeah, now it's grapple, and now it does it in reverse and stuff. And you can just do a whole lot of cool stuff. So yep, that's the way. And then you get to here, this area, and here's how you can animate multiple things at once. So select everything, and then press selection and animate, and then press frame 0, and you could literally just start posing whatever you want. And then you could, like, I'm not really good at animating, so let me just save this. I know, awkward silence, then do this, and they get this little animation. And if you think that the timing is off for everything, then you could speed up everything. Like, I don't really want that to be like that, so I'm gonna just speed run, or not speed run, but so he puts his hand up way faster. but then puts it down way more slowly. Make that be 80. Not good at animating at all, but you know, it kind of looks like he's just punching up. And then here we have the more complex version. Oh, why did I delete that? The more complex version where we select everything, and you technically have a whole rig. So if you animate in Roblox, then this should be like pretty familiar. So you just pose this guy. You just like do this, then make the arm straight. Just make that be 30 seconds, and boom. And then we get this little punching animation. And this is pretty much something that you could do for boss fights, but then you could just keep on posing it over and over again, add frame. And that might take a while, but it's just the process of making boss fights and stuff. This is just like for the animations. If you want to do like attacks and stuff, this is when we get into the play of teleporting. Now let's say we have this little beam. Let's just pretend like that's like under the ground. I would put it under the ground, but for the sake of this tutorial, no. So we got our little platforms. And then have this little boss fight. So you have this guy, picks up his hand, and then he does that. And then you're probably, oh my god, I accidentally deleted it. So then you're probably like, how would the beam actually like, go up? This is when, you know, teleporters, I'm actually going to explain it now. So it's on here. I'm going to put the beam right there, and you're like, and then this would kind of happen, and you're like, dude, what is that? So what you want to do is when it comes up to the hand, you want it to be the same exact speed as the last frame, so then it kind of teleports. And then after this, you can select them both, and then just do a little boss fight move. Turn on is smooth, so then it teleports. See, really cool. Oh frick! Can I actually do the boss? Yep. So then there's that. Now I'm not going to cover any like super professional looking animations because that's not something I'm good at. That's something that like What Up Rainbow and Chasers and all those other cool creators are good at. So in this video, I just really want to like explain the basics and everything. But before I end the video, I'm gonna show you one more method of teleportation, which honestly it's kind of unreliable now since there's code block, but this is how they would do it. So you're here, or this is just one method, and then there's going to be another method right here. So you need to get from there to the ice block. So what you used to do is that you'd get this, add one frame, get a cooldown for like 1 second I put, and then you want to move it to like all the way up here, and then you want to make it be the same thing as that, then add another frame, and that's a cooldown, but do not press make loop. Now it teleports back and forth. Really cool. And pretty much just the same thing for this, except you're going to have to do it a little bit more, so it's like a little bit more complex. So then it waits 2 seconds here, it goes here and teleports, and then waits 3 seconds. Oh wait, no, I messed it up probably. No, okay, perfect. But then I'd basically just speed this up, like, example. But yeah, for this one, you technically just make that go faster and faster. But like, the faster it is, it might get to a point where it just won't work at all. Really cool. Let me just bring up the outro, because, Okay, bro, where's the outro?